Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this episode of Music with Nick. I dressed up for the occasion. Thank you so much to John from Texas for sponsoring this reaction through our Buy Me a Coffee website. And this is so funny. Really quickly before we get into it, Metallica, obviously, for me, has been one of my, that's pretty much like a band that got me into music, into guitar playing. But it was just like when you're younger, I think time moves so much slower. So for me, those 2 years that I listened to Metallica were like 10 years, that I only listened to, I don't know, I think it was Justice for All, the first one, right? The Lightning, Master of Puppets, Kill 'Em All, and the Black Album. And I think the only one that I didn't care for at the time when I discovered Metallica was Load, I think. And then when Reload came out, and I think Garage Inc. But I did listen to Garage Inc. the 1989 EP, or that one I loved because those were covers. But when that came out, so the only album I remember coming out that was new was Saint Anger, and that was just so bad. And since I was already listening to Dream Theater, and I was just into a totally different metal, I was more into Maiden, because I kind of I didn't like Load and Reload. I was like, what is this? Like, this is not like the old thrash metal. So I was still into and Iron Maiden did such a great comeback in 1999 with Brave New World, but I was listening more to like progressive metal and just guitar players in general, like Yngwie Malmsteen, and the typical stuff that guitar players like tend to listen to, and then more into jazz fusion. I was obsessed with Al Di Meola. So when Saint Anger came out, I was just so disappointed. I did see the movie, but when this came around, I was like, I didn't even care. I was like, I don't care, man. I've always loved Metallica. The old stuff is just like, it's just amazing. It's like, but and it's so funny because when I met Alexia in 2010, she was like, have you heard Death Magnetic? And I was like, nah, I don't listen to Metallica anymore. So, I mean the new Metallica. I've always listened to the old. The old Metallica has been timeless for me. So really quickly, I just wanted to say where I stand, and I remember one quick thing, the last thing, and I'll do the reaction. When this came out, because my best friend from Germany, we know each other since we were 4 years old. He's a huge Metallica fan. And when this came out, the 2016 Hardwired to Self-Destruct, we were like back and forth, like talking about it. And then I think, and he told me, hey, have you heard this song? What was it called? Spit Out the Bone, I think. Spit Out the Bone. And you know what? That was my first music reaction I've ever done, but I did it just for him. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I just recorded myself like reacting to it, and that was my first reaction video I've ever done. But I just sent it to him. I didn't release it anywhere. Like, I didn't post it anywhere. So that's kind of fun. And then 2022, the Lux Eterna. I still haven't heard that album. I still have to get around to listen to that. So, but this is gonna be fun because Alexia has heard this album, Death Magnetic. She's been bugging me to listen to it, even though she's not a real Metallica fan. But I think she likes it. So we're gonna do All a Nightmare Long. Thank you so much, John. You're the only person on the channel who has ever requested Metallica. We did a Ronnie James Dio tribute from Metallica. So again, thank you for that video. And we have done a bunch of Metallica on the channel, but that was like me showing Alexia the old Metallica, like, right, the Lightning, Master of Puppets 1, stuff like that. And we usually did like, deep cuts like Trapped Under Ice, stuff like that nobody listens to. Okay, all right, now for the longest intro, I apologize, but hey, here we go with All Nightmare Long, and let's see what the boys, this is almost 20 years old. It's insane. 20 years old, like 18 years old. Let's check it out. So here we go, Metallica, Death Magnetic. Enjoy. So crazy because I know so much of Metallica. Very cool lick there. Okay, James. Can't believe he does all the down picking like. Lars has. Nice. This is good. Hey, there you go. Almost has a punkish kind of sound to it. Okay. Okay, before James comes in, but still that like that sounds, it could be more distorted, you know? Like, I don't know. I just like, and when you look at other bands like Iced Earth or Sodom or just like, I don't know. I'm not even going to mention Megadeth here because I don't want to get in trouble. I think I love them equally. Okay, let's just keep it at that. But this is good. I like the whole like little lick there. And then ba-da-dum. You know, Lars is Lars, you know. But very nice double bass, drums, and I mean, Robert Rodriguez, he's a genius. He's like such a, they got so lucky. But I love Jason Newsted. I think he was a great, and obviously Cliff. I mean, there's, what is there to say about Cliff? A genius, pretty much. Especially for his age, you know. But let's keep going. This sounds pretty good. I rewound a little bit. Okay. This is proggier than I thought.
Rock runs out. Crawl from the wreckage one more time. Horrific memory twist the mind. Dark-blooded, cold and hard to turn. Path of destruction, feel it burn. Still life, incarnation. Still life, infamy. Hallucination, heresy. Still you run. What's to come? What's to be?
Wow.
Cause we hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Feel our breathe upon your face. Feel our shift every move we trace. Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Yeah. Look.
Who's the producer?
And you crawl again, but your luck runs out.
Oh, Rick Rubin. Holy shit. That is pretty fucking good.
Luck runs out. The light that is not light is here to flush you out with your own fear. You hide, but will be found. Release your grip without a sound. Still life, immolation. Still life, infamy. Hallucination, heresy. Still you run. What's to come? What's to be? 'Cause we hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Feel us breathe upon your face. Feel us shift every move we trace. Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Yeah. Looks, runs, and you crawl again, but your luck runs out.
There you go. With Kurt. Yeah, James always brings it. Let's see, Kurt here. Okay. Some nice octaves here, Mirko. There's some licks here that remind me riffs.
Then you crawl back in into your obsession, never to return. This is your confession. Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Feel us breathe upon your face. Feel us shift every move we trace. Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt you down all nightmare long. Yeah. Luck runs, and you crawl again, but your luck runs out.
Okay.
Your luck runs out.
All right. I mean, it's not bad, you know? Let's see. So Death Magnetic, and all the songs are like, they're like over 6 minutes. Well, the last one is like 5. And I like that. I like that they went into, I don't want to say progressive metal or anything. And that's the thing. Like when this came out, I was so deep into Symphony X and Spastic Inc. and just like crazy progressive metal. Like not just Dream Theater, but just Liquid Tension and just like jazz fusion. I was listening to like Holdsworth already and Greg Howe and Brett Garsett and so I don't know, but it's not bad. It is, I think, like a return to their what I didn't get from like Saint Anger or Load or Reload, like because I only listened to them like once. I just didn't care for it, because I was so obsessed with like all the other stuff, like especially like Justice for All and Master of Puppets and Ride the Lightning, and I mean everything. Kill 'Em All, like the first four albums, and even the Black album. I mean, and it's just I just feel that Kirk, once the money came in, like I think he just didn't really push forward to do like crazier stuff, which is fine. I mean, it's you don't have to be like Yngwie Malmsteen, like that doesn't even fit in a band like this. I think Kirk is perfect for this band. Do I like out there? I'm not even gonna mention other names or other bands because Metallica fans are so. But I mean, I let's just say this, that Kirk's solos, even in the Black album, but in the first four albums, are freaking amazing. He was just like, very there was a lot of like good ideas put into the solos. They were just really, they're like not like the hardest to learn, but there was just like a lot of ideas, and this was more like bland. This was just like a lot of tremolo and a little bit of hammers and pull-offs, and that's it, and a lot of wah. And I think I've always kind of like criticized Kirk that the wah wah pedal was kind of like, a lot of people I think say the same, that he kind of like took it too much, but hey, I think he's a great addition. I think, would I change him for anybody else? No, I think he's perfect. And James, he's such a great rhythm player. He's perfect. I mean, especially here, all those licks, those triads, and like I can't even imagine how he does that, only picking down. Like that's just an art form in itself. Robert Trujillo, he is like, so I didn't even know that was his first studio album. Like Saint Anger still had Jason. That's crazy. I don't know what I don't know. Well, it says here Robert Trujillo. Credit. Oh no, it was Bob Rock on the bass. That's crazy. So this is also the first album that was not done by Bob Rock. So I think this is like an album back to form, to at least what they were doing before. Is it perfect, this track? Maybe not, but it's definitely better than anything else from the three prior albums. Let's look at what's popular here on Spotify. Yeah, obviously it's all like commercial. Enter Sandman. I mean, yes, of course I love Enter Sandman, but I'm like tired of it. Nothing else matters. Obviously, yeah. Master of Puppets, of course. For Whom the Bell Tolls. I mean, those are the songs that we played literally in our band because that's what people want to hear. But it's at their best. Fuel. We played Fuel. We played For Whom the Bell Tolls, Master of Puppets, Whiskey in a Jar, Seek and Destroy. It's like, it's just, this is more like a list of like what's popular. But I mean, what would I call it their best? No. I mean, their best track on Master of Puppets, obviously Battery, Orion, Damage. I mean, honestly, Master of Puppets is perfect. There's not one bad track. And then Ride the Lightning, the same. Maybe Yeah, Trapped Under Ice is pretty forgettable, but that's why I played it to Alexia. Creeping Death, Escape. I think, yeah, I mean, The Call, Fate to Black from the Belts of Red, the Lightning, Fight Fire, all perfect. Um, yeah, so I guess the only like Escape and Trapped Under Ice are the only weak songs, I think. And then Justice for All, that's my favorite album. That says not one bad song on here. Not one. They're all perfect. They're a bit long and repetitive. Yes, I think a lot of people have said that. And then Kill 'Em All is perfect, man. It's just so good. There's not one bad track on here. And then, well, the Black Album, I pretty much, it's okay, you know. But then, you know, Load, Reload, Forgettable. I like the S and M. San Anger, I don't care for it. Not one bit. Not one song. But this was good. Oh, then Lulu, I've never heard. There's so much Metallica I haven't heard. It's crazy. I mean, everything after. But the Garage Inc., I love Garage Inc., but I haven't heard like the stuff that's not covers. Or I think they're all covers then. Yeah, looks like it's just more. It's just more than the cassette or CD the EP. So they made like a full album out of it. That's crazy. So, but all in all, what do I think? I think this was really good. Yeah. Do I would have to like listen to the whole thing, you know, to give like a true but I mean, it's, you know, it's just like I feel what people feel when for example, when something new comes out from a legacy band. This is a legacy band. But for example, like Yes or Genesis or Pink Floyd, or like for example when Pink Floyd dropped like The Endless River, I was like, what is this? Like, it's great, but what is it? Like, so, and then for example Genesis, like maybe the last album they did, people were like, I want something like, you know, Supper's Ready, you know, I want something perfect. And it's difficult. I mean, look, at with 2008, they've already been in the game for, oh my God, like almost 30 years, you know? So it's kind of difficult to come up with new music when it's just like thrash or like heavy metal without keyboards and without like crazy instrumental sections. This is a heavy metal band, you know? And so it's difficult. But I think I like it. I like it. This was good. That was a nice introduction, and maybe we could do like a full album on Patreon, Alexia and I. I didn't even know Black and Recordings. Very cool, the record company. But yeah, I mean the producer on this, Rick Rubin, such a legend, man. Holy moly! This guy produced one of the most amazing albums in the world for like everyone. Run DMC, Public Enemy, Beastie Boys, just in the rap world. LL Cool J, Ed Sheeran, Lady Gaga, Slayer, Linkin Park, System of a Down. Like, holy moly. Audio Slave, Aerosmith. Crazy. This was great. Thank you so much. Thank you, John, for choosing this, because honestly, like, I wish more people would request Metallica, old or new, because I love Metallica. Honestly, I love them a lot. Like, and this time, like from 2003 to 2008, for me, those 5 years felt like 20 years. Honestly, there's so much happened during those 5 years, and good stuff. I'm not saying this was a bad time, but living in the U.S. for 10 years felt like 2 years compared to those 5 years. It's crazy. So that's just weird. That's just super bizarre. Like, I can't believe that we lived there 10 years and it felt like that. Time just like flew by. And from 2003, like everything that I lived through and everything that happened from 2003 to 2008 is just crazy. Crazy long. So like the perception of time changes so much as you get older. It's crazy. Um, Again, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, my little I think went a little bit overboard with the video, but it is Metallica. I'm very passionate about this band. Obviously, a bit critical, and there's so much to talk about. I mean, thanks to Kirk, like I literally picked up the guitar thanks to him, and to James. I wanted to, play those riffs and learn the solos and learn the chords, and I just loved Metallica. They were everything for me. They were like my first band that I fell in love with. So I think it deserved a little bit of a longer video. So if you had a good time, please like the video. Maybe comment below what's your favorite Metallica album. Where do you think they stopped being the Metallica that everybody loves? Not that maybe there still are for you. I mean, and to see them live, I saw them live 3 years ago at the right here behind me, the Power Trip with Iron Maiden, and we saw Judas Priest, and we saw Tool, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, and Metallica. They were the last band to play, and they were so cool at the end. They were like, these guys are our brothers that we play with, and we all inspire each other. And that was such a cool speech that I think Lars, of course, was giving. And that was one of the best nights of my life, when I finally saw Metallica live. I'd seen Iron Maiden, and I'd seen other bands in that lineup, but not Metallica. So that was amazing. So let me know if you still love Metallica. Do you like their older stuff? Do you like their newer stuff? Where do you stand in the Metallica verse? Thank you so much. Thank you, John. And I hope to see you all in the next one.